As you can see here, I divide my time between several tasks related to family medicine. But first of all, I am a clinician. I'm seeing patients between 3 and 4 days a week, and have done so in the same area of Oslo for the last 27 years. It's now. As I'm now will talk about quality, I speak from the position of a Norwegian general practitioner. To me, this sums up what quality is all about. And wherever we are, physicians, in what field we are, I mean, no matter what field we are in, working in, it's a matter of operationalizing this oath, this commandment, in time and place. Our time and place is general practice 2016 as we speak. 15 years ago, we were introducing the list system in Norway, and there were struggles, there were conflicts, mainly between the college and the union. And the college, which I chaired at that time, the former name of the college, NSAM, and you will recognize the abbreviation from DSAM, we were in favor. And we had to convince our colleagues why and what we wanted to put into this task of general practice. And let me just point out also, if I now will use the term family medicine, it's influenced by my European context in which I'm working in. So family medicine and general practice is, I will use this as equal terms. Okay, so we had to describe what we wanted to deliver. And we had a process over 2 years. We invited colleagues to write, to meet, to debate. And in the end, the executive board of the college was the editorial board, so to say, to sum it up. And we chose this layout and this format to present the essence of our discussion. Let me also say, before I start going through this poster, that I usually speak about this for 3-4 hours in seminars with young doctors or colleagues, not only speak to, but then in an interactive session. So I'm now really struggling to keep it short, because you will think while I'm speaking that, well, she's kicking in open doors. And what about this, what about that? Given my background as a clinician, I'm seeing patients almost every day. I know all the adverse effects of slogans, of commandments. I know the reality. We'll pick that up in the discussion. Anyway, why did we choose this format? We wanted to attract attention, not only among ourselves, but from politicians, policymakers, from the public itself, and we formulated this in imperatives, as you can see here. We wanted to provoke, we wanted to make this a basis for discussion. And of course, this is not the answer this is not the final answer. It was never meant to be. In the end, when I have been through this thesis or principles, it was translated professionally to English some years ago, so I'll use that translation. I'll try to link it to terms of quality. Has this had any impact on quality of family medicine in Norway? So that is more or less what you're going to hear. Anyway, we wanted a new description of general medicine practiced by general practitioners to be, or this description, yes, to be to clarify the general practitioner's areas of responsibility, promote the safe and appropriate use of medical technology, provide a basis for the content of basic, continuing and supplementary medical education, create realistic expectations of the health service, and assure the professional identity of and security for the general practitioner. This was, it was 17, 18 years ago when we started this process. And of course the context was different, and you are all grown up, so you know there has been a development in many fields of society since then. These, I would say, requirements, I mean, for us, are still important, still valid. And this is an ongoing process. We should do this all the time. What do we understand with, I mean, the core values and our core mandate? Should be done over and over again. And I think back to now I know that you have had a similar process in this country. It is also a matter of taking ownership. I mean, the practitioners, we ourselves, that we take ownership of the definition of what we're doing. So that was our aim. Let's go to the first principle. And as you can see in Norwegian, it's more or less the same principle, or peilemerke, that you have in your own definition now. At the heart of general practice is the relationship between doctor and patient. Again, I mean, this is the most important element, the personal encounter and dialogue with the patient over time. Okay, is this still true, or is this kind of a traditional, nostalgic approach? I don't think so, and I think you can follow me if you look into your everyday practice. There are strong forces trying to fragment this process, to make us subject to measuring values in the way you talked about. For example, disturbing this dialogue, and maybe we both, the patient and the doctor, get lost because we lose sight of the real aim for the consultation. So, still valid, we can discuss later on. This is about continuity, which has already been addressed here. Second principle, do what is most important. This is about the core mandate and our core competencies. It is, you could, at least I can, in my daily work, sometimes, again, lose sight of the main mandate, which is diagnosing and treatment of sick people. To do this, we have different aspects. I mean, this role consists of different aspects. We are interpreters. We are guides and teachers. And not least, we are witnesses and partners. When I mentor young doctors, I find this principle a very good one to remind ourselves, to remind them, this is actually what you are educated and trained to do. And to help them, in a way, tidy up on their table and not be disturbed by a lot of other demands. Give most to those whose need is greatest. We discussed a little bit last evening, some of the presenters here. You already, Michelle, you addressed this concept of accessibility. Some doctors would say accessibility is key. If you're accessible, I mean, you couldn't be accessible enough. What are the effects of being accessible if you are accessible in an unconscious way. The expectation of a GP exceed both ideal and practical possibilities. And maybe the most important sentence in the whole poster, if you ask me, the GP must organize his or her everyday practice to accommodate those patients who are in most need of help. This is our responsibility. It's very difficult because the clever and high demanders, they are, if we should put it in short here, they are often not the ones in the greatest needs. We know the people who they are not rich, they are not healthy, they are not well educated. Those are, the core, our core mandate, and to make our practices accessible for them. It's not easy, if you ask me. Also, in a time where technology speaks and is the ideal, and we are at risk of creating this digital gap also in our populations. So just a comment to this. Anyway, as the first contact doctor, the generalist, it's our task to prioritize and to select also patients to the right level. Use words that are health promoting. You can read while I'm talking. I'll especially point out, and that is a responsibility of us all. It cannot be done in universities and by others. It has to be done by us as we work. Develop a language which limits the focus on risk conditions and restricts the use of medication with little beneficial effect. I know you understand what I'm addressing in this principle. So language is power. Language can be used to empower, and it can be used to induce ill health and anxiety. Invest in continuing and supplementary education, research, and professional development. That's what you're doing right now, being on Lægedage. There are a lot of, types of knowledge which we use in practice. Our responsibility, and by our, we, general practitioners, in practice, our responsibility is to define what we need to learn, and also to provide those who can maybe systemize the knowledge for us, what our experiences are. And as a lot of us do, also contribute in the actual, educational processes. Roar mentioned that I'm not the president of WONCA Europe, and you can ask what's WONCA Europe, and I would say it's you, at least if you're members of the Danish College. It's also a lot of activities in which Roar is engaged speaking about education, and we have a network for educational activities. Extremely important to define and contribute to education, if we like a definition power in our own field. So education. Describe experiences of practice. Preventing sickness and ill health is often a question of bringing about change in social conditions. GPs could be compared to journalists reporting from war zones. What they report, you will not know if they were not there. It cannot be done from the outside. You have to be on the spot. We have really the privilege of observing how treatment and procedures affect patients in the long run. And we need to report that back. To our supervision boards, for example, and to say this is This is how I really experience it, or my patients experience it. That is not done in double-blind randomized trials. That is done in real life. And we need to report back. And I know you have a discussion about big data and small data and who owns what, as we should have in all our region. But anyway, describe experiences of practice. That's also a responsibility. Reporting and bearing witness. The last principle is my favorite. Take leadership. In the struggle and eagerness to pull the doctor down from the pedestal, we lost something on the way. And I think we lost something because we were too willing to say, oh yeah, doctors have been too paternalistic and too decisive, and now everything is about the democratic process between the patient and the doctor. And the doctor has no bigger value than any other health professionals, etc., 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 etc. What we lost is the leadership. I'm now talking about responsibility to lead and to make discussions take place. It doesn't mean that the doctor shall make the decision, but we shall and must see to that discussions are carried out in the primary care team, with our politicians, in our communities, broad, educated and trained, with maybe the highest responsibility of the health professionals in the primary care team. Of course, it is our responsibility. That was the 7 principles. What kind of knowledge? Because knowledge is a prerequisite for high quality general practice. What knowledge do we need to carry out these commandments? This goes without saying. We need knowledge about medicine. And sometimes when I speak about this, I can see in people's faces that she's speaking about values. Who knows, can she measure blood pressure, or does she know anything about how to prevent this and that, or treat this and that? Yes, she does, because she is a medical doctor, and she has her also continuous professional education. So this goes without saying, but it's not sufficient. We need also knowledge about knowledge. Who created the knowledge? We learn, we take in. To provide a critical discussion among colleagues, we need knowledge about knowledge. In my country, medical students are not taught very much about scientific theory, for example. Maybe we should be better at that, also in our continuous professional education. We need knowledge about culture. Within a country, Denmark is a small country, but I know there are cultural differences even here. Not to speak in my country, this very long country with 3,000 kilometers from south to north. Within a city, this goes without saying. In Europe, using the European perspective, there are very high actuality, as we all know, with the migration and influx of refugees and migrants we see these days. And of course, we need knowledge about ourselves. When we went through this process with the 7 principles, at the same time, interestingly, I was not involved very much in WONCA at that time, but there was a similar process in WONCA Europe, which resulted in the European definition of family medicine or general practice. And you can look it up yourself. The definition is here illustrated in a very good way, to my judgment, in a tree, the WONCA tree, and you can have a look at it. Use it when you are asked to explain to others outside our profession, to the public, to journalists, to politicians. Use it, because it's very conducive as I'll get back to our poster. The interesting thing is these processes were parallel processes. The result more or less the same. The need more or less the same. What am I at mentioning this? Coming from Norway and coming from this region, also knowing the Nordic region, the Nordic colleges quite well from my time in the Nordic Federation of General Practice, I often see us, we are quite self-occupied and we are introvert in our, and we think quite much of ourselves compared to colleagues in other countries. The last 6 years at the Executive Board of WONCA Europe has taught me a lesson. So let that just be, a challenge to you. Look up and out. There are things going on and you always learn. You always learn when you exchange reflections on our field with colleagues from other contexts. Has the principles had any impact on quality of family medicine in Norway? It has proved to be quite a conducive lobby tool. I've been using it as a columnist in one of the biggest or the biggest tabloid newspaper in Norway, on the city government in Oslo when we have new health counselors. Top of the health, top health politician, healthcare politician, and also in the parliament, in the committee, explaining what we are doing, because it's not that easily done. What are we doing? What are the core mandate, and why are we important? It's included in the curriculum, in the specialist training and the continuous professional education, published here and there, and it has proved to be a very useful point of departure for debates and clinical courses. So I'm happy to see that, of course. And now people in my own country has, in a way, forgot about who and how did these principles surrect in history. And I mentioned that there were conflicts way back. But I can see, they sustained. Good, they can be used. Not the final answer, but they can be used. Can the impact be measured? In the WONCA work, I've been a liaison to the WHO Europe. WHO, as you know, is not a regulatory but an advisory body to its member states. And a primary care-based healthcare system is considered to be the model. What they use is the research by Barbara Starfield, whom many of you will know. And one of her, short conclusions is what's written here. There's a lot of evidence that a good relationship with a freely chosen primary care doctor, preferably over several years, is associated with better care, more appropriate care, better health, and much lower health costs. This is what we are selling. This is what we go around saying, this is why it's important that you, politicians, should have GPs at the helm of the primary care team. My belief is that this is only true if we carry out family medicine on a set of core values which complies to our core mandate, which complies to the oath of Hippocrates in our time and place. So for this to remain true, we also need a basis of values, and we need to have a map. Because we can be sidetracked, and we are sidetracked from time to other very easily, because the pressure from outside, the demands from insurance companies, from politicians, from supervision boards, are increasing. Operationalizing the Oath of Hippocrates in time and place, it's been done before. And this highly esteemed former colleague of ours, Sir William Osler, some of you will remember him from pathology and internal medicine lessons. He says, I mean, this is his interpretation, and it is about values. The practice of medicine is an art, not a trade, a calling, not a business. A calling in which your heart will be exercised equally with your head. Often the best part of your work will have nothing to do with poisons and powders, but with the exercise of an influence of the strong upon the weak, of the righteous upon the wicked, of the wise upon the foolish. This helps me in hard days to stick to my patients and to keep on. Long days, many patients, challenges, dilemmas. Thank you.